Welcome to the Sports Minute. This evening, should Penny Hardaway keep his job as the University of Memphis basketball coach? If you like the video tonight, please comment and share. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, Vincent Turner 560 here on YouTube. Penny Hardaway is on the hot seat right now, allegedly at the University of Memphis. And I'm broadcasting live from Douglasville, Georgia, my hometown. But I'm a native Memphian. I've been in the Atlanta metro area, where Douglasville is 30 miles west of downtown Atlanta, for almost 30 years. And let me tell you, I love the University of Memphis basketball. I went to Southside High School, graduated in 78, and I've followed the school ever since I can remember. And I remember when Larry Finch and Ronnie Robinson had that great run in 72, 73, Clarence Jones, Bill Cook, Billy Bruford, Larry Keenan. I was in the 8th grade going to Sherwood High School, junior high, excuse me. And I remember all the great players that came through there. Man, James Thompson, Don Holcomb, Mike Butler. I can go back. I saw some on the platform tonight when a gentleman mentioned when Al McGuire brought a Marquette team that was national ranked in 1971 and Lloyd Walton. That was the gentleman that hit that half-court shot to beat the University of Memphis. But Memphis basketball changed on the fate in 1972 when Larry Finch, Ronnie Robinson, Don Holcomb, and Fred Horton went to Freedom Hall and beat Louisville that night. And the turn of Memphis basketball changed. Being from Memphis and even here in Atlanta, my 30 years, I followed the Tigers faithfully, year in and year out. Then I think about all the great years of basketball when I was in high school. Then I attended the University of Arkansas, but I still was a basketball fan. The years of Keith Lee, Andre Turner, the white boy, Vincent Askew, in that Final Four team under Dana Kirk. Then, of course, Coach Finch in his great run. And then that great player that came to the University of Memphis. I was living in living in Loudoun, Tennessee at the time, when a young man out of Treadwell High School, one of the most recruited, maybe, let me back up, the most highly recruited basketball player ever, ever in the city of Memphis decided, hey man, I'm gonna stay home, and almost went to and played with the University of Arkansas and Nola Richardson. His first year, he got Memphis to the Elite Eight. Next year, didn't win out, but they did go to the tournament. Then his first few years in the NBA, regardless of how y'all feel about him, he brought pride, loyalty, and love to the city of Memphis, a city that's went through a lot of changes over the last few years, and a city right now that's not even respected on the national level, even as a city. Look at the jokes of Anthony Edwards, what he's saying about Memphis, or Marcus Smart. So this gentleman, Penny Hardaway, decided to take the job 8 years ago when the program was in the dumps. And true enough, he might have been learning on the job, but what he did, he brought pride back to the basketball program. I'm down here in Atlanta that has the NBA team, and Dominique Wilkins and other NBA people looking at what he's doing. But see, one thing I'm going to tell you about Memphis, Tennessee, especially around that basketball and football program, you got fair weather fans. You got people that be with you. And then when it doesn't go right, then they want to throw you to the dumps. It's hard to say this, but it's the truth. Memphis is not on the same level of Duke in North Carolina, so get out of there. Even John Calipari had a great one, 2 Sweet 16s in the Final Four. Hell, Dana Kirk got us to a Final Four. Gene Bartow got us to a Final Four. And you know why Duke in North Carolina and on programs like that stay on top? They have loyalty. Mike Krzyzewski didn't start out real well at Duke. I think it took him like 6, 7 years to start winning at Duke. Dean Smith didn't have outstanding success when he started coaching at Duke. Hell, John Wooden, the great John Wooden, didn't even have success at UCLA. I think John Wooden had like 7 or 8 losing seasons. Go check the T-bits on that. But one thing, as I just mentioned, fair weather fans in Memphis. What were y'all saying when the man took the University of Memphis to a 29-5 record last year in the 5th seed? Then you want to bring up he's won 1 tournament game. But the man been to the tournament 3 out of the last 5 years. And if they wouldn't have lost to Florida Atlantic on a bogus call, the team that lost to got to the Final Four, Florida Atlantic. But he has 1 bad season. And grant me, it's been painful down here in Douglasville, Georgia for me. But you know what? I stay loyal to the program. I stay loyal to the city. I stay loyal to this young man. He didn't have to take the job. Then he's donated his own money and they got a statue for him at the school. And some of the things I see on the Memphis message boards is racial. And then let me tell you something. Jeff Calkins, you're not even from Memphis. Greg Gaston, you're not even from Memphis. And that pisses me off that y'all constantly drive the nail into him. Yeah, this might be the best, maybe the worstest basketball team in the history of Memphis. But what were you at last year when the gentleman went 29-5 and won the regular season championship in the ACC? And yeah, I get it that there was palm rate at 52, but you know what I'm talking about. So you got something personal against Penny. You got a radio show that comes on ESPN during the morning. You got something against Penny because Penny called you out. So tell it like it is when you go on your show. Tell that you got personal feelings. And I don't want to hear a bit about it. He's been there 8 years. But see, if you true Memphis fans, you give them 1 more year. You stop going to games. I'm down here at the University. I'm down here around Athens, Georgia, right? They've had Tom Crean as a head coach. Then had Dennis Felton as a head coach. Then had several, even Tubby was a head coach, and they've had a lot of losers. Mike White has came in and done a good job. But you know when Dennis Felton and Tom Crean was the coach, they sold out the arena at the University of Georgia. They still sold it out. So y'all some evil people in Memphis, Tennessee. To stop going to games, but you say you love the university. Okay, the product might not look good. I get that. I understand that, but if you true Memphis fans, you wouldn't stop going to the games. But I know how you are. I grew up in the city. You always want to be on top. But as soon as something go bad, you want to run and start criticizing. You want to start throwing under the bus. Just like y'all done Coach Finch. And end up running him to his grave. Because he hurt so much, because he gave so much to that school. Yeah, I understand winning. But check the tea leaves again. Mike Krzyzewski didn't start winning when he first took the Duke job. Y'all something else, University of Memphis alumni. When you're on top, me, but when it's things go wrong, and of course, Penny, he got to take some responsibility. No question about it. That's the roster he chose. Obviously, it wasn't a talented roster, but things happen. In the era of the NIL, you're going to have this situation happen. You're not going to pick the right players. And I really believe Penny, if he would have been able to bring P.J. Haggerty back and Dan Dinger, Memphis, we wouldn't even be really talking about this team the way they are right now. But I understand. And I understand the University of Memphis, you fair weather fans. But anybody that deserves 1 more year to get this turned around is Penny Hardaway. What he's meant to the city of Memphis and the prestige and loyalty he's brought to Memphis, an NBA All-Star. Somebody who wants the job. Somebody who loves the school. I don't want to hear about 8 years. He's gotten us to the tournament. And this is not a Clyde Drexler, Patrick Ewing, both of them was over their head. That's what I'm disappointed about. How the fans are reacted in Memphis, in the national media, in the local media. Deserves one more year, man. And I'm saying this, Vincent Turner here in the Sports Minute, my little YouTube show. I die hard University of Memphis fan. I remember the days of Larry Finch, Larry Keenan, that run when they beat Kansas State by 20 points and came back in the Memphis airport, had over 10,000 people. And it brought that city together behind some serious racial tones. But you same people who say you love the university, I understand that you're upset. I understand the team hasn't looked good. But this man had donated his money and y'all put a statue up there. But that's the University of Memphis alumni. If you like the video this evening, please comment and share it. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, Vincent Turner 560 on YouTube. Penny Hardaway deserves another year, man. And if he comes back and he doesn't win next year, then you need to make a change. But that man went 29-5 and got a 5 seed and lost to a good Colorado State team that took Maryland, I believe, to overtime. And had an NBA player, the young man Clifford, on the squad. And he did it without their point guard Tyrese Hunter being hurt. Unbelievable. Bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum. Y'all be blessed.